Hi, welcome to day 2 of my challenge. It was a long session. I completed quite a few tasks, but I was also forced to introduce several more of the rules that I've imposed on myself. And on more than one occasion, reattach my soul to my body. Anyway, I guess I'll hop right in. With the cosmos smiling on me today, I hop into a server and there's still a bit of daylight left. So my priority for this session is going to be finishing all the missions in the starter town. So I catch a heli to the closest objective. I land near a loot point, take a brief moment to admire the weather, then two of the locals bravely gave their lives in defense of a pair of sunglasses. And after doing my first mission, some teenager showing off with the Tokarev manages to make me pee a little. What the shit? I assume he scared himself just as badly because he never fires again. Now, I'll admit, in editing, most of my footage is either scavenging ammunition from poor fatherless families or getting into small skirmishes like beats. So, I'll try to stick to the more important bits. I checked out a crashed bird, I found a body in a shack, and then my missions were supposed to take me to the other side of town, so I went ahead and cut through the marketplace. What the actual fuck? Oh, dog, I don't like that shit. I had never heard this voice line before, and I would have preferred to keep it that way. But, despite the risk of interrupting a major psychotic episode, I decided the loot in the marketplace was probably worth it. Oh, there was one. Well, after that, I managed to pull a mortar, a new chest rig, a backpack, and a suppressor. So, was it worth it? I think I'll let my psychiatrist decide. I quietly ignore my trauma like a real man. I do some humanitarian work for Artisan, and nearly die after missing around 40 shots in a small fight. By this time, I've stopped by a checkpoint to drop off some loot, and you've probably noticed that it's getting dark. You would be correct. One of the vendors wants intel from a hideout. Lucky for me, it's in the only room in that hideout without a light switch. So I spend about 10 minutes shuffling around in the dark until the interaction prompt finally appears. I do another mission with a similar level of personal investment, climbing into the rich neighborhood and clapping several angry residents. Fortunately, I also find another mortar shell and a better rig. The mission then forces me back to base, and by this point, it's pitch black again. Only a minor inconvenience, of course. I bravely embark again, search a house for a very important sticky note that came with free tofu, and break my legs. God damn it. This occurs in pursuit of a very special mission for Gunny to find yet another corpse. Fortunately, corpses lying in the middle of unlit yards are famously easy to locate and frequently seek help. So this for me is a very fast, smooth process that definitely did not impede my mission progression. Entrance to the stuff. So there's a door. What's this on the floor? It looks textured. In case you also have normal human eyesight and missed that, I'll go ahead and boost the exposure. I really do end up searching until dawn for this guy, but through the combined powers of self-loathing and desperation, I pull it off. Okay, so this looks like... That guy's wearing camis. So apparently that's not the guy I'm looking for, which is... Oh, that's it right there. Pretending not to see, I drop off the tracker, raid the town hall, and trade some tofu and ammunition for another mortar shell. Then I find my first genuinely decent rifle. No way! I pop by the doctors for a mission, hop to town for one last look at the UN crate at the checkpoint. Armor. And then hit the nearby outpost to stash and sell. Getting right back to it, I do a quick fetch quest to confirm funeral arrangements. Then I get some unusually active customer service at the marketplace. Oh. Oh, me, bro. Holy sh**. Even reviewing the footage, I still can't tell where I was shot from here, so it makes sense that my soul went on vacation after this. But This gives me a good chance to talk about the rules. I covered Rule 1 in the first video, but Rule 1 is simple. No filters to help me see at night. Flashlights and night vision only. Rule number 2. If I die carrying anything beyond the default spawn gear, which is clothes and a knife, I have to make an honest attempt to recover my body regardless of what I had. Rule number 3. I'm only allowed to increase the net value of my locker, which means I can't buy anything unless a mission absolutely requires it. The sole exception is mortar shells because I've never actually used mortars in this game. I can deposit or exchange existing items with only items of higher value. Then last we got rule number 4. I'm not allowed to ask strangers for help or accept items from them. I can accept information or medical aid, but only if they provide it without asking. These rules are subject to becoming worse, but for now, I think this will keep me sane. So now my literal job is to become a knife-wielding maniac. To my surprise, everyone I'd previously placed in the past tense has respawned, and they've arranged a welcoming party. I do my best not to socialize, but there seems to be quite a crowd. In my best effort to avoid conversation, I introduce myself to a nearby onlooker. He offers me a party favor, and I manage to satisfy the crowd. Although I have to admit, I'm a bit heartbroken that they seem to think so little of me. It looks like Chris Kyle took the rest of the day off, and I still have missions to do. Undaunted by personal failure on a cosmic scale, I keep pushing to prove that I can contribute something to society. The next mission is to find a missing person, so I waste 20 minutes scrutinizing the neighborhood before locating the hidden entrance to the objective. Admittedly, I'm quite proud of myself when I finally spot it.
Oh.
I pick up a bit of jewelry, I find the thing, and I get a new set of missions that are on the other side of town. I stop by the lumber mill on the way and snag an AK, slapping a dong on the front before completing 3 additional tasks. Unfortunately, 7.62 by 39 still has roughly the ballistic energy of a worm on dry cement, and the ammunition is nowhere to be found, so the rifle completes its brief yet honorable career as a donation to the floor. Of course, that was after another bout of cardiac arrest.
Back there, dude. Gross.
Honestly, the rest of the evening is pretty uneventful. I find another funny blue hat, find some intel for Handshake, and snag Artisan's toolbox. After a couple more tactically questionable decisions... Sounds like there's somebody outside. There's somebody outside. I check the time and decide to call it a night. This session is approaching 4 hours, and it's getting dark again. Plus, I think this is the last set of missions in Namthaven, so I catch a heli back to base. As it turns out, I am not done in this starter town, but my net worth is getting much closer to that of a 2007 Toyota Hilux, so I'll call today a win.